The Imperial Cycle of expansions for Legend of the Five Rings hit the game in a flurry. Which clans came out on top in their releases? Which clans are still looking for that little something to get their decks rolling? Let's find out. First, we will be taking a look at the highlights of the Imperial Cycle. We won't be looking at every single card, but instead at ones that have already proven strong or are exciting for other reasons. Then we will look at each clan individually and see where they stand in comparison to how they were out of the core set. First of all, the seals. They're splashable and they add traits that are triggerable for a variety of situations. Some seem a bit better than others, but overall we love these cards and they are a welcome addition. Next we have the Magistrates. Depending on which clan you play, you either hate or love these cards. They are definitely not created equal, and some are just simply better than others. Currently, the implacable, haughty, and silver-tongued Magistrates seem to be the most consistently good, while the other four are situational or just not good. Lion got a few low-curve stars in the forms of Gifted Tactician, Ageless Crone, and Mowaku Kabe Guard. In a lot of instances, the Tactician and Guard are taking the place of Obstinate Recruit and Steadfast Samurai, while Ageless Crone helps punish players who love events. Lion's newest 5-cost character, Ikoma Ujiaki, bolsters their political might and simply goes crazy when it can forfeit the Imperial favor. Some Lion players are ditching Akoto Toturi for Ujiaki, but I believe the two work really well together. Ujiaki cheating Toturi into play at a crucial moment, or revealing him for a charge to be played later. Guard duty is exciting in Lion, but also as a splash card for Phoenix or Crab, or any other deck that finds themselves constantly defending. A Legion of One in Time for War may be more exciting for Dragon players splashing, as one can make your singleton attachment wielder ridiculously scary in a military conflict, while the other can help trigger characters like Niten Master. Crane players who love dueling got a fun new toy in Caqueta Blade, which works great with another great bomb from the Imperial Cycle, Policy Debate, which we will look at more in a bit. Caqueta Yoshi is another 5-coster who wants to get that Imperial favor for some fantastic card advantage. Having the Imperial trait means he is going to work great with some of the other Imperial-themed cards that have come out in this cycle. Pillow Book is a free attachment that continues Crane's flavor of card advantage while being pretty splashable for decks like Scorpion who want to access as many cards as possible. If you really want to grab the Imperial favor and you play or splash Crane, Curry favor can definitely help, or you can play it in a round as the first player to cover yourself after 2 aggressive conflicts. Speaking of grabbing the Imperial favor, how about Fawning Diplomat? A decent political character, Diplomat is taking the favor no matter how well your opponent sets up to take it. And the more cards that come out that make the favor important, the better this card will become. Back Alley Hideaway is a great form of recursion for Scorpion and gives a decent +1 defense buff. Illustrious Plagiarist is filled with potential. This character can act like an extra assassination, bonsai, court games, or any other event your opponent may have on the top of their discard pile. Effectively getting even more events is awesome for Scorpion. Bayushi Kachiko is a super exciting 5-coster, and she gets to hang out in the conflict deck. Her action is such a solid form of removal against nearly everything separate from Crane, and even then you can bolster her up with an ornate fan or two. Watch out if your Scorpion opponent is holding on to 5 or more Fate when the conflict phase begins. A Fate Worse Than Death, while in the running for the best named card from the Imperial Cycle, is a fantastic tempo swing for Scorpion. Its high cost means you may only see 1 or 2 of these in a Scorpion list, but that is all that is really needed. Crab benefited from the Imperial Cycle as well with Staunch Hida. Getting a Defend the Wall effect in the form of a character is very welcome in a clan of awesome defenders. Iron Mine works like Reprieve except for any character you want. It also provides additional value to rebuild, as you will probably always want 1 Iron Mine sitting on a province. Yasuki Taka really helps buff Crab's weaker political power while giving you an even better reason to sacrifice those Eager Scouts and Caillou Envoys. Unlimited triggers can potentially get truly ridiculous, and here's hoping the Wily Trader trait will become a bigger thing in the future. Raise the Alarm is another form of charge for Crab, though it does take some choice out of your hands. Hopefully, Crab gets some way to peek at the characters in the provinces so they can avoid flipping over a stronghold or an undesirable character with this card. Pathfinder's Blade is a great way to combat all of the fantastic abilities on provinces, new and old. Its single influence cost also makes it super splashable. In Dragon, Togashi Mendicant helps out with a bit of card advantage while being both a monk and tattooed, 2 super important traits for the Dragon. Dragon's newest 5er, Agasha Sumiko, uses the Imperial favor to prove that keeping readied is really, really good, especially since she will probably have a bunch of attachments on her, making her scary in both the political and military conflicts in which she will most likely be participating. High Kick is a removal event to go alongside the already strong Miramoto's Fury. Trading smaller monk characters like the Togashi Mendicant for your opponent's big hitter is a trade worth making. Mountaintop Statuary is a unique holding in that it is the only one that gets to buff your stronghold. With a decent removal effect to boot, this holding looks like it could hold some serious potential for Dragon. Phoenix got a sweet new toy in Prodigy of the Waves, a tempo beast. This character doesn't care if your opponent has the water ring. She is going to be ready, potentially being free to participate in multiple conflicts. Phoenix's new 5-coster, Isawa Caqueta, has lower stats, but an ability that really makes up the difference, and then some. Getting the rare ability to trigger 2 rings instead of 1, she gives Phoenix even more tempo advantage and increases their efficiency, making the battle for each ring that much more important. Asako Suki comes in at a great cost for Phoenix, allowing the clan to bring their curve a bit lower for some really important traits in Courtier, Scholar, and Shugenja. The ability to honor her or another scholar, perhaps one with Seal of the Phoenix attached, really adds to her value. Embrace the Void is a spell that gives Phoenix the valuable fate they need to continue paying for their naturally higher curve characters. Being able to put this on yours or your opponent's characters makes it that much better. Unicor got some fate and honor advantage in Windswept Yurt. This card is symmetrical, but don't let that keep you from playing it. Recovering honor after an important assassination or gathering fate to play more low-cost characters or a cavalry reserves is nothing to sniff at. Unicorn has a new champion, and his name is Motojuro. Unicorn players have been mostly disappointed in Shinjo Altern Sernai, and so Motojuro was welcomed with open arms. In a clan that already prides itself on mobility, the movement capability of this guy is unprecedented and works great with cards like Spyglass. Gaijin Customs is a great reason to splash Unicorn. This low-influence card has a high impact, only requiring you to have a Unicorn card, not character, and keeping a character in the fight longer. Shinjo Scout offsets the downside of being the last to pass, which is common for Unicorn who usually want to play as many characters in the Dynasty phase as possible. Talisman of the Sun is as exciting as your provinces are. That is to say, if you have several great provinces, this card will help you get even more bang for your buck from them. A great card in decks and factions who want to play a bit more defensively. If neutral was their own clan, they may be in the running for winners of the Imperial Cycle. New provinces like Before the Throne, Along the River of Gold, Feast or Famine, Massing at Twilight, and Public Forum are welcome additions to all the clans. These give more options for each clan while reinforcing some of their strategies. Feast or Famine and Public Forum feel especially dirty, as both do a great job of leaving a sour taste in the attacker's mouth. Goblins Sneak was the first neutral conflict character from the Imperial Cycle. The excitement over him has died down a bit, but it does make you wonder what other Shadowlands characters we might get in the future. The Imperial Palace seems strong in a set where the Imperial favor is made more and more important. As they continue to give reasons to have the Imperial favor, Imperial Palace may increase in pickability. Miya Satoshi and Seppun Ishikawa represent Imperial interests and work great together. Remember all of those Magistrates from earlier? All Imperial. Caqueta Yoshi is another notable Imperial card who loves working with these two. Policy debate has become a must-play for many decks, especially those like Crane and Scorpion who want to both gain honor and drain it from their opponent. The award for winning the duel is doubtlessly powerful, but the duel itself also makes this card very strong. Censure caused a bit of controversy when it was spoiled. Cancel effects can be divisive, and when you have the potential for decks to have 9 cancels, including Censure, it is understandable that players would be apprehensive. Censure is good, but it requires a bit of finesse and practice to play correctly. Not an auto-include, but certainly strong. Players were hoping that the Imperial Cycle would help open up honor and dishonor win condition strategies, and Way of the Chrysanthemum is one step toward fulfilling the honor condition, at least. Its cost of 2 can sometimes be hard to manage, but the potential swinginess of this card has helped enable more than one honor win since its release. The Imperial Cycle really helped shape and reinforce themes and strategies for each clan. So which clans got the most, and which ones got hosed? Well, the Lion got some great low-cost characters to replace ones that may not have been as reliable, while becoming a very splashable clan with some very strong attachments and events. They still want to hit hard and fast, but can also seek an honor victory more efficiently than most of the other clans. The Crane clan got access to more card advantage and cards that helped them grab the Imperial favor. Dueling is still a big part of their game, but they really benefited most from the new Imperial characters thanks to their affinity with the Imperial trait. The Scorpion clan got some really exciting new toys. Bayushi Kachiko is going to be a character that opponents of Scorpion are going to have to learn to play around for a very long time. They still want to make Shinobi work, but are better sticking to courtiers and dishonoring characters. Crab was one of the weaker clans coming out of the core set, and they still look like they may have some weak points. For a clan who wants to defend all the time, they still don't have a great defense against political conflicts. They gained some fantastic splashable cards, however, making them one of the best clans to splash for attachments. Dragon was good out of the gates, and they have gained even more momentum in the Imperial Cycle. Agasha Sumiko is a great champion for their attachment theme, probably better than Togashi Yokuni. They got more cards that help reinforce the attachment theme while getting additional removal and card advantage. Phoenix's core set cards left something to be desired, but the Imperial Cycle really helped bring out the best in the clan. Isawa Caqueta is no joke, and Prodigy of the Waves gives the clan a tempo and inevitability that they didn't have in the core set. They have more ways to use their stronghold now, with ways to honor their characters, and with their magistrate. Unicorn was the weakest clan coming out of the core set, and were probably the ones with the most hope placed in the Imperial Cycle. Unfortunately, the cycle produced a few duds for the clan, but there is still hope in cards like Motojuro and Windswept Yurt. Unicorn still serves as a good clan for splashing with the addition of Gaijin Customs and Talisman of the Sun. Thanks for watching our review of the Imperial Cycle. Tell us about what you think of the cycle, about the cards that we left out, and how you feel your clan fared compared to the rest. Stay tuned for more.